Want to call to order the meeting of the Public Safety Committee for November the 24th, 2025. We'll begin with the approval of our minutes from our Vice Chairman, Commissioner McMurray.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've reviewed our minutes from our last meeting, and I've deemed them to be in order, so I make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? We have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? It has been approved. Madam Secretary, are there any public comments? No public comments. We'll move right into our reports, starting with item 3, the Sheriff's Office financials, starting with, I believe we got a budget amendment tonight there too. So Chief Spence.
On a line item, on the Sheriff's Office side, the overtime we've used 65.55%. In-service training, we've used 31%. Our contracted with other agencies, which is our dry cleaning, we've used 33.45%. Our gasoline, we've used 43.76%. Law enforcement supplies, we've used 14.12%. And uniforms, we've used 70.62%. On the jail, transport to other than students, this is our inmate, our extradition line item. We've used 24.65%. Food supplies, we've used 44.64%. Law enforcement supplies, we've not used any. We've still got the original budget amount. Food service equipment, we've used 6.65%. Uniforms, for the officers, we've used 55.79%. That's the end of my report.
You've heard the report. Any questions or comments or a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The report has been approved. I believe you have 2 budgets.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This amendment allocates funds awarded to the Rutherford County for the Tennessee Corrections Institute Financial Year 26 Training Equipment Grant. This scope of the project includes CPR and AED training, tools, and supplies. This is a no-match grant with a period of performance December the 1st of 25 through April 30th to 2026. Requesting to accept $11,525 and place into our jail law enforcement supplies.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion to approve and a second. Any discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Commissioner Beverly? Yes. Commissioner McMurray?
Yes.
Commissioner Sereno?
Yes.
Commissioner James?
Yes.
Commissioner Hall?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliver? Chairman Reed?
Yes,
Motion passes.
it has been passed.
The next one, this amendment is to provide additional funds for overtime needed for the employees in the jail, covering vacant positions, FMLA, and Family Medical Leave Act. We're requesting $550,000 from guards' salaries and placing it into our overtime line item.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. Further discussion? Please call the roll.
Commissioner McMurray?
Yes.
Commissioner Sereno?
Yes.
Commissioner James? Yes. Commissioner Hall?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliver?
Aye.
Commissioner Beverly? Yes. Chairman Reed?
Yes,
Motion passes.
it has been approved.
One more request. Prevention Coalition for Success was awarded $10,000 in their Tennessee Highway Safety Officer grant that started October 1st of this year. They have offered to use this money to reimburse the county for overtime relating to our team education alcohol management program. We're requesting to accept this funding. If approved, we're requesting to sign the MOU with Prevention Coalition for Success to receive a reimbursement for overtime used during the team activities.
Motion approved.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Further discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Sereno?
Yes.
Commissioner James? Yes. Commissioner Hall?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliver?
Aye.
Commissioner Beverly? Yes. Commissioner McMurray?
Yes.
Chairman Reed?
Yes,
Motion passes.
it is passed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, kind of thought of a question. I was just wanted to know, it might pertain to all of our first responders, but for those that get drawn on the shift for the holiday, is there a holiday bonus pay or incentive pay for that day that they get, or anything that we do for while we're all able to be at home with families on that day, that they're actually on pull that shift duty?
No, sir. All the thing they get to do is take that holiday on a later date if they're scheduled to work on the holiday.
I'd like to reach out later and have a continuing conversation about that.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? If not, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
PAWS. Director Michael Gregory. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. For the month of October, we had 375 animals come into the shelter. We had a euthanasia of 8.6% for the month. Our live release rate for dogs was 81.8%, cats was 94.6%, and overall was 88.6%. Our surgery programs for the public did 150 surgeries for the month. 32 cats went through our community cat program. We had officers completed 1,236 calls, and they traveled 9,524 miles. Fiscal year to date, we've had 1,670 animals into the shelter, a live release rate of 90.2%, 4,613 calls completed out by our officers, and 26,556 miles for the fiscal year. On our rabies exposure and bite report, remember this goes by calendar year versus fiscal year. We've had 35 bites that were reported for the month. None of those were sent for testing. We had 5 other exposures. None of those were sent for testing as well. And then the last page of the report is just the graph I give you of the outcomes. And that's my report, sir.
You've heard his report. Any questions, comments? Or a motion? A motion to approve. And a second. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? It has been approved.
Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Risk management. Mr. Ed Elam. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chairman Reed, Commissioners, Madam Secretary. Incident report for the October 2025. There's a total of 22. Board of Ed had 18. Rutherford County Government had 4. Of the Rutherford County Government, Fire and Rescue had 1. PAWS had 2. Sheriff had 1. Calendar year to date, 194. OSHA log summary, 149 recordable, 33 lost day claims, 87 restricted day claims, 29 other recordables. Reserves that you'll see, 112,098. Year-to-date reserves, 831,280. Year-to-date amount paid was 535,443. Out of work is 5. The restricted day are 19. And that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Questions on the report?
Question, Director. When will we get the 2024 numbers?
They're on the next page. Year-to-date reserves and year-to-date claims, 23 and 24.
My apologies. I'm talking about state of Tennessee. I'm
No.
sorry. State of Tennessee year-to-date percentage at the bottom there.
Oh,
You know
yes,
how we
ma'am.
have the comparison.
We should be getting them this month. I don't know why, but it usually comes a year, like 9 months later for that year. So we should be anticipating If it's not out already, I know we haven't, I won't say that we've checked on it yet, but it should be usually in November is when we get that number, the following year.
Good to see that we're still running below the state rate.
Do I see us continuing to? Yes. You see where we are for '24, and then the state, you see where they are, so I would anticipate that we are.
Anything else?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. And a second. For discussion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, report has been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. All right, Recovery Court. LaChelle Ricks. Good evening.
Good evening. The Recovery Court report for October, we had a total of 174 participants, 2 terminations, 3 completions, and 5 new participants started. In our program, as of today, we have 54 in our drug court, 56 in mental health court, 17 in our DUI day program, 27 in our DUI night, and 24 in our veterans court program. And that concludes my report.
You've heard the report.
I don't think we have her report. I'm seeing a lot of zeros. Do y'all see 170, what the numbers she just reported?
It's all separated out. They changed my report in our data system, and so each court has a separate page. There's not a total number.
But even with what I have here, I only have 2 pages. Is that only supposed to be 2 pages? This? Okay. This? Gotcha. Thank you.
Other questions or a motion? Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, for discussion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, your report has been approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Our drug court graduation is December 18th at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Correctional Work Center. I'm sorry, I think I missed Kelly, didn't I?
Yeah, probation.
Let's bring Kelly up, if that's okay with you, Mr. Cope. Good evening.
He was trying to go.
Kelly Haley.
And Bill was just like that, too. All right, for the month of October, you've got your probation report. So during the month, we terminated or closed out a total of 233 cases, which equaled 197 clients. At the end of the month, we were actively supervising, 1,342 clients. In our various programs and classes, we had 63 enrolled, 16 successfully completed during the month, 4 were discharged unsuccessfully during the month. We completed 35 drug and alcohol assessments and 8 mental health assessments in the office. In our 10 Rocks court, we had 10 participants, 1 successfully completed during the month of October, and they, along with 2 that completed in September, had a graduation last week. With our Olive Branch ministry closet, we had 17 clients that we assisted. And if you remember, at the very end of September going through October, we did a food drive, and I listed out, we ended up having donations of over 2,400 food items, so it was very successful. The bottom of our report, our financials, during the month of October, we sent $23,458 to the clerks for payment plans. That brought the fiscal year total to $88,434. What we sent that could not be put into a payment plan during the month of October was $6,379 for a fiscal year total of $27,126. And that would be my report for October.
Commissioners, there's the report. Any questions, comments, or a motion? Motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. Further discussion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, your report has been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll try not to pass you by again. Happy Thanksgiving. Correctional Work Center. Good evening, Mr. Cope.
Good evening. First, in your report, you'll see the minutes of the November 3rd County Corrections and Work Center Board meeting. Next in that report, you'll see the statistics for our work release program. In the month of October, we had 1 offender who was removed for medical reasons. 2 did not accept the job after their release. It's because they had one waiting on them. And then 1 offender, a young lady, accepted a job with Swanson once she was released. Next is our yearly activity report. As you can see, the population is staying about the same, growing just a little bit. Next in your packet is the trash collected report. On county roads, we collected 7,580 pounds, and then on state routes, we collected 578 bags. The October 2025 monthly worker report shows a total combined savings to the county using offender labor at $68,008. Next, you'll see our CQI, our medical stats. And last but not least, on that back page there, I just want to publicly congratulate our program coordinator, Ms. Kim Salyer, who received the top award for the state of Tennessee. She received the Program Facilitator of the Year award at the statewide summit just a couple of weeks ago. So congratulations to Kim Salyer. That is a huge, huge award to receive. That's, she's up against most of the counties that are our size. So we're talking beat out Davidson County, beat out Chattanooga, beat out Memphis, anybody else that's around that, around the size that we are. So congratulations to her. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you. You've heard the report. Any questions or comments or a motion? Mr. James.
Move to approve.
Have a motion
Second.
to approve.
Second.
And we've had a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? The
Thank you all.
report has been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Juvenile detention. Lynn Duke. Good evening.
Good evening. In front of you, you have our report for the month of October. I can report that on the yearly activity report, we have received Montgomery and Warren's checks, so those are no longer in transit. You will see what you are used to seeing with our rap sheet. Also on our STD report, the last time we talked about that the state was making some changes, I can tell you that we are doing our STD testing on an as-needed basis. So if we have symptoms, they are allowing us to do the test, not just for anybody who is curious. Beyond that, you will also see our facility programming information for the month of October and our educational info, and I can answer any questions that you may have, hopefully.
You've heard the report. Questions?
Yes.
Comment?
Director, what was the reason for the change in the testing protocol?
It's my understanding that the state, there was an update in one of the laws that allowed us to test young people without as long as they were willing to do it. We didn't have to notify parents or anything, and that they had changed their database and how entities sign into that database. They're trying to figure out how to do it for facilities, so to speak, like our medical team, Rudd Medical, is actually got a way to access that database, but they're trying to come up with some sort of a generic way for facilities to use it. So I think it's a software change based on some laws that had changed and that they had to go with a specific software. Not 100% sure, but I know that since our last meeting, they told us that we were able to submit samples from young people who were showing symptoms. So, and we're doing that through RUD. And then in the event that they get the other part worked out, then we'll be able to return to anybody that is of the correct age that thinks that it would be a good idea to have it tested can do so again.
Other questions? If not, a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Those opposed, it has been approved.
If you will allow me, I'm never here at the meetings when everybody gets to do the shout outs, but I would like to say that we had a situation where we had to go to PAWS on Sunday and look for a lost, very loved pet. And I just wanted to let y'all know that how our experience was. And we had smiling faces, knowledgeable, attentive staff. The facility was clean and well kept. And although we weren't happy about having to be there because of our situation, I was well pleased with the folks that I dealt with. And I let Michael know that, they didn't know us. It wasn't because we were county employees or anybody special, but that I felt like that his folks were truly there serving the public and that they were doing a great job. So I just wanted to let y'all know that because you don't always get to hear good stuff about, some of our public safety departments. And I wanted you to know that I had a really good experience even though we were there for an unfortunate event. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have a question for you, actually.
Sorry.
Since the unfortunate and great loss that y'all have had with Pastor D, I'm wondering, have y'all found a replacement to take his shoes?
We haven't yet. I know that we've had a couple folks reach out to our employee, Garland Henley, who kind of works the closest with the chaplain, and he's currently talking to them and explaining about when it's a good fit and when it's not a good fit. You can have the time available, you can have the knowledge base, you can have the want to help, but if you're not someone that the kids are interested in connecting with, it's just not going to work. So we have a couple of volunteers that currently work with us that have expressed some interest, and he's talking to them about the time involved and stuff like that. But with the holidays, I think he's going to wait. And we didn't feel good about filling that position too quickly anyway, just because it didn't feel right to us to just immediately put another warm body in that spot. So we've got a couple of people that have expressed interest. We are still talking to them, but there hasn't been anything decided at this point.
Well, I know he was a tremendous asset to your department, and all your staff are bound to be having just their own issues trying to fill the shoes and try to keep going. So the day-to-day, which I know and I've seen that they're doing quite well getting by. But I just wanted to see kind of what the status is on that and how you and your staff and the kids in the facility themselves are holding up without that.
We still have the hole and we still feel that loss. We did offer the youth and staff some counseling the week that that happened. And of course, the kids still have the ability to sign up for emotional support services, and the staff still have EAP as an option for them too. But it's hard, but they're dealing with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Emergency Services, Public Safety Report. Chris Clark.
Chairman, committee, hopefully in front of you, you have your October 1st through the 31st, 2025 report. Some of the things that I'd like to point out, we've been doing a lot of logistics for different special events, things like that, signage, lights, things, and then working with the Sheriff's Department, special events crews, and also EMS crews and things like that. As you know, we've had the Riverdale and Oakland games and things like that, so the Sheriff's Department has really upped the security to that and the planning. So we're paying really close attention to a lot of these large events and planning these out to make sure that everybody stays safe and secure. That's my report, and I'll entertain any questions.
I do have a question. Considering now you have the weapons detections at the games, have there been any weapons detected?
That I cannot answer. Usually with those high school games that, along with the Sheriff's Department and the county schools that are utilizing those metal detectors, those are, I don't know of any that's been detected. However, the Sheriff's Department may correct me if I'm wrong.
Chris, I'm wanting to follow up with the comments we had yesterday afternoon. Have you looked into any more about that call with Nolensville?
Yeah, I did pull the run ticket. That's something that Chief Farley may address on the mutual aid call. I did. That call came in. Also, it just states that it was approved by the shift commander of who went.
Other questions or a motion? Motion to approve. And a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That has been approved. Emergency Medical Service. Director Gaither.
Good evening. For the month of October, we did 4,094 calls, 5 hospital transfers, a response time of 7.8 seconds. We had 162 DOAs for the month. 21 of those went for autopsies. We collected $941,232. The bottom of that page is our miles driven, our cost per miles, in-services and training, and community relation events. Our convalescent division did 309 calls, collected $149,285. And then the next few pages is that more detailed report. And that's my report.
You've heard the report. Any further questions, comments, or a motion?
So move. Second.
I had a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Your report has been approved. I believe you've got a memorandum of agreement.
Yeah, so this agreement is like many others that we had, but this one is with Vanderbilt University Medical Center. They have started an in-house EMT program, and their students will be doing some clinical rides with us. So this has gone back and forth between our legal and their legal for about the last 6 months. So my guess would be that this is a good document.
You've heard the request.
Motion approved.
A motion to approve. The second. Further discussion?
What's the, I'm looking for the spot, what's our liability here? What's the exposure that we could be at? Who's taking the insurance?
Yeah, really none. I mean, like I said, we have this agreement with all the colleges whose EMT students ride with us, which is MTSU, Motlow, Columbia State, St. Thomas EMS program rides with us, and now Vanderbilt will also be riding. We also have nursing students from MTSU that ride, residents from the hospital that ride, so we're usually a 3-person crew on most trucks most days.
So I'm assuming they're hands-on, just supervised hands-on?
They are, depending on the level of school that they're in, their scope of practice kind of changes on what they're able to do.
Director Gaither, it's away from this, but it's along the same lines. I had a conversation with the chief of the Smyrna Fire Department the other day, and we were talking about their call volume's up like 400% because they run in medical now with you guys. A lot of their guys are EMRs, not EMTs, but I know some of them have paid on their own to go ahead with that, but is there programs out there or something, especially like seems like when we partner with this, we would get some kind of credits to maybe get some of these municipalities, those guys in to better help you?
Yeah, so I know that the city of Murfreesboro, I don't know that Smyrna has done the same thing, and Laverne did as well. They partnered with Motlow, and they'll do some in-house EMT classes, which reduces that cost a little bit.
What do we get from the schools in return, other than just helping them train their students? I mean, their students pay tuition for the school, and I'm sure they're paying for the credit hours that they have to be on the vehicle.
Hopefully we get good employees out of those students.
Hopefully, but is there anything that the schools pay us in return for using our already existing infrastructure to help train their students?
No.
Any other discussion?
And some of these students, especially the paramedic students, I mean, our employees who are preceptors for the paramedic schools, I mean, they have a big time commitment in doing that because they'll pretty much have them riding with them all summer, and they do not get any compensation for that.
Like the scholarships we offer to be trained for upper divisions of our own paramedics, that they don't have any kind of rebate through those schools or anything for that?
No.
Might be worth a discussion or two on.
Hey, if there's not anyone else, Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Commissioner
You have
James?
one more
Oh,
question. I'm sorry. I did. You were saying there's no liability to you or to the county, but the students just maintain their own liability insurance. Is that correct?
Yeah, all of that's through the schools themselves.
No liability.
I think all the schools require them to have some kind of malpractice while they're students.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the case.
Okay. All right.
Anyone else? Call the roll.
Commissioner James?
Yes.
Commissioner Hall? Yes. Commissioner Oliver?
Aye.
Commissioner Beverly? Yes. Commissioner McMurray?
Yes.
Commissioner Sereno?
Yes.
Chairman Reed?
Yes,
Motion passes.
does pass.
Thank you. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir. Fire and Rescue, Chief Farley.
Good evening. Y'all missed a good opening of the Plainview Station Sunday afternoon. If you didn't show up, you missed a good ceremony. I'd like to announce that Rutherford County Fire Rescue Award Ceremony will be December the 19th at New Vision Church at 7 p.m. This is where we recognize some of the achievements the guys have done during the year, some of the saves they've had, promotions of officers and engineers, and then we'll pin our new recruits to the badges. So that's December 19th at New Vision at 7 p.m. I talked in the past about some updated software, and I've noticed I printed this. If you look at it, it's a new report. So far this year, we've had 7,140 calls. The sheet right there kind of gives you a breakdown of what it was per month through the end of October. The second sheet shows our units, and it cut it off in July, but that should have been through October, so that's a printing mistake on my part. The third page kind of shows a breakdown of calls. The 100 calls are all fire calls, whether it be structure fires, brush fires, or outbuilding on fire. 200 is overpressure, like where gasoline is spilled, or rescue. Number 300 is our MVAs. We had a total of 3,870 something calls for MVAs. 151 hazardous calls. Service calls were 279. Good intent calls were like over 2,000, like 2,300. False alarms were 264, and then severe weather was 7. And then we had one citizen complaint. I don't even know what that was. MVAs for with 322 is MVAs with injury. That's 293. We had 7 pedestrians hit. We're under 323. 324 is MVAs with non-injury. That was 432. And then we had 23 entrapments. And over to the right, it kind of gives you a breakdown of the county stations, what they ran year to date. The next sheet was also the ABC shifts broke down. It cut that off in August. The next sheet is a breakdown of all the engines in the county, including the volunteer stations. Everybody is on our reporting system except for Amble, so I have to handwrite theirs in. But it kind of shows you the breakdown of what their calls were per month and the total for year to date. And then the next page is kind of a breakdown of the scale, kind of a chart showing you the biggest percentage of our calls are motor vehicle accidents and EMS calls. The next page is what we turn into the tax assessor and the codes department for damaged structures. And as weather has changed and cold weather's coming in and people are starting to fire up heaters and stuff, that becomes more prevalent. We installed 5 smoke alarms last month. And then the next page is the fire marshal's report and the outcomes of those cases he investigated. And then the last page, let's see, that's it. The last page is just a copy of the old report, calls broke down in case there's any questions. And that concludes my report.
Motion to approve. Second. Further discussion.
Yes, sir. Chief, this one diagram is great. The circle diagram that's got the breakdown with the percentage. It shows 54% is the rescue and EMS.
Shows
we
54%. Yes, that's
300 to fire 100. So roughly we're a 3 to 1.
That's motor vehicle accident and EMS calls together. It's listed on code 300.
So they're listed together. Okay. No, but that graph is great. It's very put together. On the previous slide, they're broken down by stations. I'm not good with station numbers. We've kind of gotten relaxed with the names and some.
Well, all the stations above are Rutherford County Fire Rescue stations in the red. Station 61 is Amble Station. Station 64 is Christiana, and Station 66 is Eagleville.
Which one was 57?
That is a station over on Elam Road. It's run by we have roughly some volunteers run out of there. But it's not really a manned station.
Okay. I just noticed those when you said one was written in, but that was the one.
Oh, yeah, it's the one call, yeah. But it's like I say, we have some volunteers there very, very seldom, but they got a call.
How many volunteers does the county have? This is your department.
We've got down where we're like 4 or 5. As we started going full time, we didn't let anybody go, but as they rolled off the roster, we didn't add anybody because it got to be very expensive buying gear for people who and fit them. A set of gear is like $2,000, and then when you outfit them and they show up once or twice, or they don't show up at all, it just as they quit, we didn't take anybody else on. We have a grant out there that the state did, getting volunteers to people to volunteer. And so when I get those reports, I send them to Alva or Christiana and let them contact those people in this recruitment process. But I think we're down to 3 or 4 because it just wasn't financially feasible for us to keep volunteers. We have 115 employees now. So we got down, I think we have 3 or 4 left.
Is the program still active if the public wants to be a volunteer, or are you trying to kind of get away from?
For us?
Yes.
I'm not taking more volunteers. I didn't run anybody off, but as they leave, I just don't replace them. Because we got every truck's fully staffed. We got 7 stations, and to me, I don't have the money to buy somebody a set of gear. It might show up once a month or not show up at all, and that's the chance you take with volunteers.
That was the other question I wanted to follow up that I had with Director Clark. I asked him yesterday about some information on it. Hadn't heard back today, but wasn't sure if I would or not. He alluded that you might know more details about that.
What's the question?
That call from Nolensville.
Yeah, Nolensville City contacted us for a mutual aid response, and then I was thinking my shift commander sent Station 60 off of Fortress.
Well, what I'm hearing, and I've only got the other side, and I want to try to match notes, so if you need to come back to me or later we can talk more about, but just get on your radar since you didn't have it before, was I'm hearing that Nolensville asked for Ambleville, I guess 1 mile or Ambleville.
That's not true.
Nobody called
That's
Ambleville
not true.
and said it'd be 45 minutes for the Rutherford County to arrive for the mutual aid, and I'm just trying to understand that background. Who makes that? I guess who makes that call? And he said the shift commander makes the call. So how do we, like you're saying that that didn't come in that way, or it wasn't called?
Well, Commissioner, let me ask you something. When a county calls or another city calls and wants you mutual aid, we got to get that truck out of the door right then. Now, I don't know, Amble doesn't communicate with me, so I don't know if they got 100 people over or 5 people. So when they call for mutual aid, I'm going to send one of our agents to respond to them.
Yes.
Because I don't know. I don't know
what you're saying, and I know that the county will essentially sends an engine everywhere regardless. Sends the county.
I heard dispatch that call, and they said Nolensville has requested mutual aid from Rutherford County.
Okay. I'm wondering why the call wasn't even made. We're funding them at $120,000 a year to answer the phone, and how can they, answer the phone if nobody calls them? And so I'm wondering why.
Who's called them on the phone?
You took that literal. If we're not paging them out or dispatching
We are
them out.
paging them out. Any call that goes out on the interstate, out toward the Smyrna area or in the Amble area, they're dispatched. And since you brought this up, they got 80 calls last month. 80 calls. They responded to 23 of them. So.
Okay, let's go on that then.
Commissioner, I'm not going to argue with this about you. I run this department, and if somebody calls and wants mutual aid, I'm going to send them a truck. I'm going to send them a staff truck, and we're going to get out there as fast as we can.
I'm trying to get beyond the tit for tat between the Pay County and the volunteers and make sure all of our assets are being used. I'm not arguing or disputing.
In that area,
quality.
anytime in
But
that area,
if
the
they
animal
don't even get
covers,
called,
anytime
then we're
there's a
not
call,
using
they're dispatched.
Okay. How can we prove that when I'm hearing one side saying they're not being dispatched, and then I'm saying they're missing all these dispatches? So what record do we have that shows that they did not respond, or they?
Because I take that report every month, and I go through the CAD, and the CAD shows the time the call was dispatched. It shows the time the truck went en route, and what time they got on the scene. If that truck is dispatched and nobody goes en route, what would you call it? They didn't respond.
Well, let's talk further then. What's the definition of when they're leaving? Because on a paid facility, or on our county facilities, when they're in-house and they're being dispatched, that makes sense to say that that's when the truck is leaving the facility. But when they're dispatched and you got the volunteers who are at home having to get to the facility, to their hall, well, that should be the moment they respond on their system that they are on their way. But
they're not responding to that truck goes en route.
plus that leads me.
Give me an example. Let's say the call comes out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Our trucks are out the door in a minute. And it shows the animal responded 20 minutes later. Well, by the time they get it right, they're going to be canceled. Or 10 minutes later.
And that was what your argument has been the last couple of years to me, saying why you send county to every fire anyway, to every call anyway.
We've got people on duty. We're going to send a paid truck to every call. And if it's in the Animal area, they get paged out too. If it's in the Christianity area, they get paged out. If it's in the Eagle area, they get paged out. And now we don't even go to Eagle unless they call us from mutual aid because they have paid people on the truck.
Well, what I'm seeing or hearing so far, I'm trying to get to a better understanding of is in this case, it wasn't done. That wasn't done.
What wasn't done?
The one with Nolensville. And so that's where I'm trying to understand that background. On dispatching, how do y'all do y'all's tiers as far as?
The call comes into dispatch. They dispatch. They call out Rutherford County, and we have a big call mutual aid. The sheriff man gets on the truck and says send certain truck because that's not mapped on our map. So the shift commander will decide, make a split second decision on which one's the closest station and tell the dispatch to send that truck. Now, I think Chris told me that you said they had 2 trucks staffed. News to me. They may have. I don't know. But when somebody calls from mutual aid, we're going to send a paid station. And they didn't ask for amble.
Wouldn't that be important for us to have good communication with all of our assets?
If they would communicate with us, that's a two-way street, Commissioner. If they would communicate. They seem to communicate to you a lot. They don't communicate to me at all. This conversation's over with.
Well, I would recommend and request that you be the one who initiates that communication. You are the county fire chief. I would ask that because.
Well, I had one of the guys come by the other day and spent 2 hours in my office talking to him. He contacted me, wanted to do some mutual training. I said, that's fine with me. But I don't hear anything from the chief or assistant chief.
Like I said, I'm trying to understand the other side of the coin, getting the details of it. But my biggest pull is if we're going to pay any entity for services, we better not be wasting the money. We better at least call them. That's my argument.
Help me out. What do you mean? But when we better call them? What do you mean? They get paged out. Every call in their district, they get paged out.
Well, that goes with what I'm asking about the tier system on there's a different, I guess, 24/7 to call on our paid guys versus the volunteers who have the day job, who are living the normal life and come in as volunteer to help the community. So if you're paging them out for every single call during the day when you have the paid guy and claiming that they can't respond.
But you don't understand, Commissioner.
That's why
every truck, the truck in Walter Hill, the truck in Las Casas, the truck in Christiana, they all have a certain zone they cover. And depending on where that call comes in, that's who they dispatch. If that call is in the area of Amble Road and all that Amble covers, they dispatch Station 60 and they dispatch Amble. If it's in Christiana, anywhere out that area, we dispatch our truck and we dispatch Christiana.
That's what I assume is the case, and I'm expecting is the case. I'm using one that just popped on my radar as an example to try to better understand because I'm not seeing.
From what I understand, you told Chris that Animal called you and told you they had 2 trucks, man, and they got a mutual aid call and they wasn't sent. Is that what you told Chris?
No, my understanding is that nobody even called them to let them know to go out there.
Because they requested mutual aid. We don't send everything in the county. We send 1 truck. They requested 1 truck. We sent 1 truck.
I think we're going into circles on this one, but
No, I think what you're trying to do, you're trying to sit there in that chairman in the fire department, is what I think.
No, sir, I'm trying to actually figure out that see if we're wasting money or we're not in certain avenues.
That's not part of my job, so we're wasting.
It's part of my job.
You're the one that made the decision to give them more money, and that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yes.
But they respond when they got people to respond. It's that simple. This ain't hard. It's not hard at all. But they are called for every call in their territory that they're assigned. They get called to every one of those calls. Now, whether they respond or not is irrelevant to me, but I'm sending the truck.
I'm trying to unravel one simple thing. I've got 2 sides of a coin here, and one side is giving me half-truths. So I'm trying to figure out which side
I'm not saying, I don't want to tell you.
And I'm trying to
I'm just telling you the way we operate.
Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure we're covered. Fire and rescue is covered. At the end of the day, when mutual aid comes in, I think it's kind of something without other calls going on at the same time. A 45-minute response is kind of, and if that means it's because.
Who had a 45-minute? Matter of fact, after, I'll be honest with you, after Nonesville called us, by the time we got halfway there, they canceled us. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're getting the information.
That's what I said at the beginning. I'm getting partial information and wanting to have more details of this. I'd asked Clark yesterday, he mentioned that you might know something more about it. But, and I also started off this whole conversation.
But now,
you need to talk later about it.
About 2 years ago, Laverne called and said they need mutual aid, and they requested Amble. We sent Amble. Laverne actually called and said, hey, we need Amble to respond to fire, and we paged them out. Because they specifically requested Amble. And that's who dispatch sent. They come in dispatch, they said, hey, we need mutual aid from Amble, send it, and they sent it. They didn't contact me, they just automatically paged them out and sent them.
Okay, I'm just learning it, trying to figure out and unravel a big knot. Appreciate it.
Any other questions?
Don't have a motion. I need a motion to approve.
We did for his report. We already did that.
Yeah.
We did the report, but we haven't done anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has something else on here.
Commissioner, I'd like to say one more thing.
Yeah. Any other comments? Yeah. Voting on the report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, report has been approved. I believe you've got a lease on the Christiana.
Yeah, one more thing. Commissioner, if you have a question like that, if you contact me on the phone or come by the office, we wouldn't have to sit up here and debate this for 30 minutes in a meeting. If you got my number. If you got a question, call me. But you never call me. You always wait till I get up here and try to put me on the spot.
Dispatch reports to Chris. I mentioned it to Chris yesterday, asked for an update. He said that you might have something, so I began the conversation here. My office just happens to be in here.
All right, that's what happened. I have a lease agreement here for volunteer fire department of all things. Said we built the Plainview station, and they requested they wanted to stay in service, continue to serve the community. We had a station out in Anvil that they wanted to move into, and that I asked me to have a problem with. So I don't have a better problem at all. If y'all want to continue to serve, and the commission will approve it, then we'll move forward. This is a lease this building to the Christiana Volunteer Fire Department, who are right down the street when we built the new station. So this is a lease for 2517 Midland Fossville Road, Bell Buckle, and it's for 10 years. It's $10 for 10 years. They are required to carry insurance on it, and they're required to make sure they keep all the improvements up on the building. They got to carry, I think it's $1,000 insurance on it, with I think $2,000 aggregate. Well, yeah, 1 million, excuse me, 1 million. It's the one before it said 5 million, but Nick knocked it down to 1 million, and then 2 million aggregate. And then, of course, there's no taxes or anything like that, and repairs and maintenance will be taken care of by them. Any damage that's created to the building, they'll cover it. Any questions?
Second. Have a motion and a second. Further discussion?
Sorry, Chief, I have a question on this one, too.
Oh, I'm sure. What is it?
I was watching during property management, you said that this facility is empty? It's been sitting empty? I'm worried about the empty site. Was this counted for our ISO rating, or will this improve ISO rating?
This will actually give Fossil Fire Station shut down several years ago, and we were kind of keeping trucks out there out of the weather. When they approached me, they want to use this station, which to me, if you got an empty building, it's better if somebody's in there maintaining it, taking care of it. So this station was sitting empty. I think Chairman Mr. Reed spoke to the people out in the community, and I think they were very excited to have them out there. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So in order to, instead of just saying we don't need you, they want to continue to serve. So we're going through the process of leasing this building to them. They will be in that building and run out of that building. It would help the ISO in that area to be a Class 5 as long as there's a truck there.
Okay, that's what I was going.
It would be a Class 10 if nobody's out there.
Yeah, but that's what I was wondering, was beforehand, was it rated with our ISO? Because
No.
you said it was empty, it was.
Well, yeah, it's rated on our ISO, but it hurts it because we're not responding out of station.
Okay.
Now
So this will bump up the ISO.
Christiana goes out there, and then it should help their insurance ratings.
Now, I know for a while, the mechanic was out there, would sometimes have stuff there, kind of a good enclosed place to work on.
Well, matter of fact,
Will he still be able to be on the site, or you got to move him somewhere?
we moved him. He rebuilt the Amble truck out there when the motor blew up in it. That was rebuilt there, and we've relocated him to College Street.
And what about their other site that they have? Was it Sledge Road, I believe, out there, John?
They're moving from Sledge Road.
Oh, but I was wondering if they're going to be keeping both, or what the plan is with that.
Keeping both what?
Staying there and at Fosterville, kind of
No.
dual.
The station that they use, Christiana, we have agreement with them. We actually let them take their tanker to their station, and there's a brush truck in there. We have access, and they have access to it.
Any future plans on that site that you know of?
The county owns it, because back when Tony Snook, who owned the property, he was chief and built that station. Then Mayor Burgess gave him like $100,000 to upgrade that station. It's a nice station now, but where we built the new station is right down the road.
Yeah, I get turned around out there. I'm trying to figure out how close it is.
It's just right. I mean, it's just right down the road.
So they won't affect.
It's on Sledge Road. So is the new station.
Yeah. So it won't affect the ISO in that area at all, because the new one's
No,
taken.
it'll actually improve it because we have pay response.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, this is good for this entire community. It puts another truck out there. It will increase our response times. We're happy to have this. So glad we can work together on this one.
You got people on both sides of the district, District 6 and District 8. They're excited about that station being there. District 8, people on that side who are in the Midland area on that side are excited about it being there. And just as he's saying right there, Commissioner Beverly's talking about those in 6 are excited about it being in that section. So I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, Christian was going to shut down, and they said they want to continue to serve. And as long as I got a building to put them, I don't see why we wouldn't put them out there.
I believe we have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Commissioner Hall?
Aye.
Commissioner Oliver?
Aye.
Commissioner Beverly?
Yes.
Commissioner McMurray?
Yes.
Commissioner Sereno?
Yes.
Commissioner James? Yes. Chairman Reed?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and spend time with your families. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Other business, we do have one other thing in other business. You have this piece of paper on your desk. Chief Spence, are you going to discuss this, or?
No.
Is that?
He just comes, no, they've not seen it.
They haven't
Mr. Chairman, I asked Chief Spence and the sheriff, if he's still here, and I think he is, to come up and we want to have a general discussion on security.
Okay, okay. But I believe this come through what, come through the maintenance and
Maintenance, property management.
property management and maintenance is where this come from?
It did come through property management, and but property management isn't the only committee that's recently, in the last few months, have asked about security. There's been a lot of our committees, plus the full commission, that have had sheriff's deputies from time to time, but then there have been some that haven't been, and it was kind of my understanding that there would be a sheriff's deputy at all the committees. Sheriff Fitzhugh corrected me on that, and I appreciate that. It was my fault. I thought that they would be there, and we don't have any such understanding. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up and see if you guys have any ideas for improved security at these committee meetings. And I think Chief Spence had a couple of ideas. And I'm not looking for any answers or solutions tonight, but the thought process, if we can put the thought process in place and maybe come up with some ideas and suggestions in the near future. That's pretty much what I'd like for you guys to kind of give some thought to it and see if there's a way that we can. There's, once again, been kind of a change in attitude as it relates to some things going on in the community, and there are some discomfort that some commissioners have as it relates to feeling, in essence, safe and secure at some of these meetings. So, and once again, my thought process was incorrect, and I appreciate you correcting me on that. So just is there any ideas, anything that we can do to maybe improve the comfort level with
what we had agreed to a year ago is at the full commission meetings, of course, that's that we would have officer presence. If a chairman of a committee felt like there was some controversial subject coming up for that committee meeting, then they call me and we will have a deputy present for that particular meeting. I think there's been some zoning appeals and things like that that have been controversial. So from time to time, we get a call for that. But other than that, I mean, not now. I'm assuming if we look at, of course, when we bring people up, we're bringing them in on overtime, because otherwise I'd have to pull somebody out of zone to come up here and do the meeting. If we were going to try to cover all the meetings, I'm assuming, I don't know, was there about 12 committees or somewhere in that neighborhood? So 12 times 12 is 144 meetings, not counting budget, where we have several meetings during the budget year. So we're talking we're upwards of 150, 160 meetings a year. I would have to have additional overtime to cover something like that. Because, I mean, as already we're transferring $500,000 tonight, probably, and that's on the detention side, we're probably going to be looking in January, February, coming back on the law enforcement side due to shortages of people. So we're having to cover our shifts because of that. So to do anything other than we're doing, then I'm going to have to try to cover all meetings, we'd have to have additional overtime to do that.
It's not so much that, once again, some commissioners are feeling threatened as it is order, as far as someone acting out.
Sure.
That's part of the problem. What do we do as a commission when someone starts acting out? I'm not sure that I feel comfortable trying to go drag that person out of the, and kick him out of the.
I wouldn't understand that. And of course, the thing too, you understand is that when we are here and present, we act under the direction of whoever is chairing that meeting. So, I mean, we won't just go act and drag somebody out or anything. If the chairman feels like that the meeting is being disrupted, then we act on the basis of what the chairman so wishes, and that's how basically the law reads, is we don't just act on our own to come and do that. The chairman is the one that's going to have to call that.
I think what you just said is probably what our policy should be, at least for the foreseeable future, and that is if the chairman of a committee feels that there are issues that are coming up, to give you, Chief Spence, maybe a call and ask for someone to be present at that meeting. That might be the thing to do, and we might try to reduce that to writing, run it through our steering committee to make sure they're okay with it. And does that sound reasonable?
That's pretty real. I mean, that's the way it's been working, and it seems like it's worked pretty decently as far as, normally a chairman knows what's coming up, or they get a heads up on maybe something that's controversial, and that's when we get a call. And we've always furnished a deputy during those sessions. And I mean, we've done that on a fairly consistent basis. So all it takes is just a phone call and
I know there are a lot of committees that you guys are here anyway. You're here.
Well, that's true.
Spence are here.
Right.
So
Public safety budget and full commission, I mean, pretty well, there's going to be one of us that's going to be here.
That's right.
So if you can run faster than me, then you'll be all right. So
that's got at least a couple of them, and Chief Spence is almost every purchasing committee meeting
Correct.
that I've been to, he's had a request, so I think there's a presence there. So once again, thinking off the top of my head anyway, I'm thinking that we just reduce that to writing, and if a deputy is requested by the chairman to just follow that process.
Well, I mean, really honestly, the chairman, or if there's somebody on the committee that feels like there's something that they're aware of, that just we're a phone call and let us know ahead of time, we'll be here.
Okay, very good.
And it's worked, I think in the past few years, it's worked pretty decently that way.
And once again, on this committee, if anyone else has any other ideas, I would also agree. I would hate to pull, in essence, a deputy off of his regular duties as it relates to patrolling the county to attend these meetings, because rarely is there an issue, but it's becoming a little bit more the county commission and the committee process is becoming a little bit more visible with some of the things that are happening on social media. That's a concern, and
I agree.
That's what's brought the thing up. So we'll try to handle it. If it's okay with this committee, okay with you, Mr. Chairman, we'll put something in writing, run it through the steering committee, and see if we can make it at least a policy guideline to communicate with the sheriff over some particular issue.
If going forward, if this doesn't work, then we'll revisit and see, what else we may need to do.
Mr. Chairman, understand that property management didn't do anything as such, but they did send it on up to public safety to look at this. The signage you have here did come from Adam Dodd, and something we do need to think about is, even if you go to a football game right now, a basketball game, or anywhere within this community, there is signage that immediately tells you that you can't bring anything in there unless it's in a clear bag. So they see, plus you have to walk through, they x-ray to make sure you're not bringing anything in there. I no longer can carry a pocket knife like I've always played all my life, because they will take it away from you and this sort of thing. We have had here in the museum, I was down here just the other day, and our guard did have to arrest somebody, put him in handcuffs, because the fact he was in the process of stealing things out of the museum. Now, that's the difference of carrying a bag into this courthouse and not carrying a bag in this courthouse. So he was carried away by the Murfreesboro police. So, you know, we're sitting in a piece of history right here in this building, the things we have, as well as the employees we have in this building that are here every day. So this might be something that might want it to be looked at the Sheriff's Department. Do we need something like that in here, and what can be brought into this building and be questionable because of the safety of the individuals? Because I don't know what anybody carries anymore inside and out this building. So maybe that should be it, Chairman. Sheriff's Department, give us some idea of what we should do here, because we're no longer the day we used to be. And makes you wonder. But this is what Adam come up right here as an idea that we might want to look at.
I personally would, I mean, this is something the county makes a decision on, but I would personally think it would be wise to post our county buildings. And I mean, at least that puts more teeth into it. And I don't know of many big events that any of us go to now that the clear bag policy is not in effect. I mean, that's pretty well standard anymore. So.
It looks good and sounds good, but a sign with no enforcement behind it. Sure, you can have the sign out front saying clear bag or no bag to come into the courthouse, sure. But if there's no deputy in here to say, hey, you have a bag, you need to take it out.
Yeah.
Then eventually it will turn into sign blindness.
You go to the courthouse, of course, we've got those policies in effect, and I mean, we will not let you in. So.
Well, that's the thing is, here we wouldn't have anybody to not let you in.
Correct.
We just have a sign, and it'd be overlooked and dismissed just as quick as we put it up, is my opinion.
Yeah, I think as a county.
We could, of course, always.
We have a right to establish
like we have on the mayor's
rules as a
office
county.
and
Yeah, so.
have key card access.
And that, I think you have a right to do that, and probably would be wise today's age, so.
Look how hard it is for us to check our mailboxes on committee nights. Levity, but putting out there are different solutions.
Mr. Chairman, if it's okay that we just ask that the Sheriff Department look at the security of the
We can do that.
our facilities here.
We'll do assessment.
Report back to us?
I think so, if that's okay with you guys, and it's no hurry, okay? You know, we've been doing business like we've been doing for a long, long time, so it's no hurry to make a change, but I know you've seen it, and we've seen it and feel it. There are things that are out there now that have never been out there before, and it's just causing some discomfort.
It's a different world that we're living in now, yeah.
If you give it some thought and have additional thoughts, just come back and we'll talk about it.
We'll do an assessment, and we can do that pretty quickly and have it ready for the next meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, good deal.
Thank you. Any other business?
I just want to bring up property management the other night. Klein and Sweeney Associates released a report on our public safety buildings, and I want to give a shout out to this committee and PBA and Adam Dodd. Again, I've only been here 4 months, but credits coming back after the Plainview was done, as we've credited back to the county $2,184,362.92. In a day of age that we're here over budget and I guess delays, I just think that's something we need to shout out for this committee and everybody else of bringing in over $2 million back to the coffers. It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anything else?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, real quick, I would like to personally invite all first responders this coming Wednesday evening at 5 p.m. to Blackman United Methodist Center, church. My family and I will be hosting the community Thanksgiving meal, so for any first responder that's watching, fire, EMS, sheriffs, whoever, feel free to come by and we'll make sure to take care of you guys on Wednesday night right before Thanksgiving, just to show our appreciation and give back to the community. Thank you.
Saw that. Appreciate you and your family doing that. Good deal. Okay, anything else? Everybody get home, start cooking that turkey, and get ready. Have a nice Thanksgiving. We are adjourned.